You got to make a reservation. It's very difficult to get in.
Well, it's okay. I'll use the service entrance. I'll see you at 9.
Welcome
And bienvenidos
to another episode of Service Entrance People. I am Boomer.
And I'm Pixie. Hola.
Hola, Pixie. For those of you who are new to the show, just jumping in, this podcast is for and about the gritty, underpaid, and underprivileged service industry workers of the world.
Unite.
We have clearly made some terribly wrong turns in our lives, because no matter what, we have ended up here in these jobs where no matter our talent, our skills, our artistry, we end up dealing with the infamous Karens and Florida Man.
Florida Man.
And Mr. and Mrs. Von Uppity on a goddamn daily basis. Day in and day out, we walk through the parking lot of broken dreams and enter through that specially marked door. You know the one.
Yeah, it's the one that says the service entrance door.
That is the one. If you are interested in listening to us and in sharing our war stories of the industry, or if you're curious as to what us,
the help,
are really thinking, we are going to educate you with stories of the strange, shocking, and hilarious, since laughing is pretty much the only way that we can get through the day.
That is absolutely true. This is an industry that we truly love, and although you'll hear horror stories and rants and whining that we have to work at work,
rah, 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 is what you're going to hear from us.
Exactly. We kid because we care. We're messing with you, but also we're educating you. There's nothing in this world we would rather do except maybe
this here show podcast, Graham.
Correctamundo.
Also, please do us a favor. If you are listening and we are not for you, I just need you to go ahead and listen fucking anyway.
Yes.
Hate listen. Binge and rage listen. Heckle us. Do whatever, because we know that the only thing that's better in this world than a good horror movie is a terrible fucking horror movie.
We will be that terrible horror movie for you.
Get out the house! Get out the house! As you're going to be screaming at us or something to that.
Shut off the podcast. Stop it.
Shut up the podcast. Shut up the podcast. Butthole, butthole, butthole. One final disclaimer. This show, like the industries that we cover, comes with some spicy fucking language.
Ay, 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 muy caliente.
So you have officially been forewarned. Bring those earmuffs. We gon' curse.
Also, uno más.
Uno más. And that mas, Pixie, is to remind people to listen, like, subscribe, most importantly, rate and review. 5 stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 stars, and some sort of written type of word review on whatever platform you are listening to.
Yeah, remember to mash that predictive text button like 5 times.
Mash, 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 mash. That's
Monster
5 mashes,
mash.
right? Monster mash, 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 monster mash. That's 6, but give us an extra one.
If you want to be part of the show, you can contact us at serviceentrancepeople@gmail.com, or you can go to Facebook and reach us at Service Entrance People Podcast. If you want to DM us, come to Service Entrance People Pod on Instagram.
Girl, who is all up in your DM?
Hopefully, people who like this podcast.
Me too. But that's not the right thing to say there.
No.
This is, however, if you want to contribute with maybe less typing and more talking, please, you can give us a call on the old voicemail. 854-345-7721 is the number. If you've had a crazy day, you saw something absolutely insane, you need to unburden yourself with some crazy stuff, by all means, give us a call, rant it out. Share it with us, and we will share it with the entirety of humanity. We promise you nobody will answer the phone. It is just a voicemail box. It is just there to box your voicemails on. So please share your stories. We love that. We love that about you, that sharing story part.
How else can they contribute?
You can go ahead and be a producer.
How does one do that, Boomer?
To be a producer of this here program, you can go to patreon.com/serviceentrancepeople. We've got all kinds of cool stuff for our producers at all producership levels. It does not matter. The Karen, the Florida Man, the Von Uppity, We've got free things, we've got stickers, we've got t-shirts, we have free bonus content, and more cool stuff on the horizon as well.
Plus, we say your name.
We do. We will
Which is super cool.
Do you know how many millions of people will listen to your name?
I mean,
It's uncounted. That's how many.
I would force people to listen to my name. Here's my name. Listen to this person on the podcast say my name.
You're Pixie. I was just saying your name. I don't know.
I totally went deer in the headlights
You
on
did.
that one.
You're like, oh my God, they said my name. That's what happened. And
Right?
that's,
It's
that's how it's going
startling.
to be. Yeah, and that's how it's going to be when you hear us read off names. At the end of the show, we will even read the name of our executive producers later on in the show tonight.
Ooh la la.
Yes, very, very cool. So, all of that having been said, let us lock the doors, let us crank up the tunage, and let's do the most important thing that we do.
That was
Crack back some
anticlimactic.
shifties. Picks, what is your shifty of the week?
My shifty comes from Liability Brewing Company.
Friends of the program, even though they don't know who we are necessarily.
Exactly. And it is Mortal Wombat.
God, I fucking love that beer.
It's got a cool little story to it, too. Did you know?
Just watch out for the
I know. I'm
Okay.
aware. So it's got a cool little story to it. Did you know? Did you know? Did you?
hit me.
Unsatisfied with life as a common quadruped, shunned by the world for his radical beliefs, banned from playing all wombat games, a young wombat sets forth on a journey of mystery and self-discovery, altering the course of the species and future generations.
Was his name Harold?
You know, I guess he could be a herald.
I'm just wondering.
I don't know. He looks like a Monty. I want to call him Monty the Wombat.
Monty the Mortal Wombat?
Yeah.
Done. You're welcome, Liability, by the way. You
They're
can
probably
have that
like,
one for free.
He totally has a name.
They're like, no, his name's Dwayne. Everybody fucking knows that, you dipshit. So you are drinking the Liability Brewing Company Mortal Wombat IPA is what you are drinking. Picks.
Mm-hmm.
I myself, again with my fucking uptown fanciness on the capped beer, I am just going old school with a Dos Equis, but it is an Ambar Special version of the
Oh.
Dos Equis with the white label there.
I gotta tell you, I love the Mortal Wombat just
It's
because
so fucking
every
good.
sip I get that nice, refreshing pineapple, and I'm like, ah, delicious.
It's such a goddamn good beer. It really is. But you know what? I am the...
Most interesting man in the world.
I'm really not. But...
You can pretend to be.
But I will tell you this, that it's been a little over 2 years now since my dear Aunt Polly Lou passed. And
Cheers to Polly Lou.
my Aunt Polly Lou Livingston was, in fact, the most interesting woman in the entire fucking world.
Agreed. For those of you who don't know, she was the voice of Tree Trunks on Adventure Time.
Amongst other things.
And she
That
was a snazzy dresser.
She was fucking amazing.
Like-
So
She was probably my personal hero, even though she didn't know it or me.
if she did know you, she would totally have allowed you to
To call
have
her
her
that?
be a hero. Absolutely. She totally would have been okay with that.
Aw.
So,
Kampai.
Kampai, L'chaim, and here's to you guys.
So, episode 17.
That would be episode 17 for you non-Duolingo speakers.
What do we got, Booms?
So this week's episode, I don't want to say is a return to our roots because we do talk about this in various forms most weeks. There's threads of this woven through what we do. But this week's episode is completely and solely and fully 100% about Karen Ishii.
Karen!
That's right. This week's episode 17, is entitled Karen from a Lunch, Karen from a Dinner, Karen, I'm a fucking winner.
Really?
Except for the last part. But Karen for the lunch, Karen for dinner.
God. Karen, when worlds end. Where worlds are destroyed.
Now, really, as we say, it's getting back to a certain form for us on this. The genesis of this show was basically sitting around and telling Karen stories.
Well, I
Of-
mean, yeah.
That's sort of where we got the idea to jump in and to do something with it. Obviously, it's become slightly more than that. We've got a whole
I've got a idea here. This is just my little thought, my dream, if you will.
To dweem, the impossible dweem.
This is what unites the service industry workers.
Unite!
We all have Karens.
We do. Everybody has Karens. It does not matter the walk of life that you do. The IRS have Karens.
Oh my God, I'm sure have Karens.
Basketball players have Karens.
You have Karens that are moms that are late for pickup.
Soccer mom. No. We have factory workers who have Karens.
Are there porn stars who are Karens?
There's absolutely porn stars that are Karens. 100%. Always whining. Why you gotta fuck me with that cock?
Don't you put that corn cob in there.
I want to talk to your porno manager. I'm very unhappy about the way this is developing.
I picture that more as like a neighbor who has to witness.
No, they're usually pretty good about keeping things, insular on set.
I wouldn't know.
I have zero evidence to that. I just believe that they would be professionals about it.
I respect your beliefs.
Thank you. So, every walk of life, we all have to deal with Karens. And so today's episode is a compilation of Karen stories, just pure, unadulterated, uncut. Pablo Escobar, speaking of, had to deal with Karens. You know there was cocaine Karens.
Wow, a cocaine Karen?
Yes. Can you imagine that? I would like to speak to your drug dealer manager. This is not satisfactory blow.
This was clearly cut with baby laxatives, and you know it.
It was, I am telling you right now, the cut, it was 34% cut, and I paid for 32% cut. This is ridiculous. And with that, Pix, I would like you to lead off on this Karen-centric episode.
Oh, I get to start?
You do. I want you to break this Karen's cherry all over this podcast.
Ew. But okay. Our first email, which you can email us at serviceentrancepeople@gmail.com, is entitled, "My Friend is a Male Karen."
A Marin?
Oh.
Is he Sir Helen Marin?
I
That's
just,
too much.
I don't know.
That was
I
much.
can't even. My best friend and I usually go out to sport bars and pubs. You would think this is pretty simple dining, and to a degree, it is. We usually get beers, a couple appetizers, and split a big thing of wings and fries. However, my bestie likes one app brought at a time.
I'm picturing not just one app at a time,
Yeah.
but like the chili fries cannot come before the pretzel bites.
Yeah.
Everybody knows this. What
yeah.
are you doing?
Then it says, he doesn't like them brought at the same time, but he also hates, and this is, big.
These cans. He hates these cans, but they're everywhere.
He hates when the appetizers are brought with the wings.
Okay.
So they cannot be brought at the same time.
But in some situations, appetizers are wings. The wings are appetizers.
This person goes on. Usually a lot of little things have to be on the side. But what is worse is that after he gets his second beer, he tells the waitress to bring out the next one with the meal, then gets absolutely pissed if she forgets.
Huh.
That being said, he is known to also put his bottle on the very edge of the table and get frustrated when the waitress doesn't notice, and also will tap it as she passes by. And that's my story. That's what they wrote. And
Wow.
that's my story.
You mean like one of these, like...
Yeah. See me with the bottle, like tap, tap, lady, tap, tap.
Wow.
So that's it's better than a creepy male Karen. I'll give him that.
Very true. Very,
But-
very true. But goddamn.
Like, holy shit, bro. Dial it back.
Wow. All right. So
Or what do we say? Levy your expectations.
Yes. So my first Karen story of the episode comes from Colorado,
Oh, Colorado.
where I used to live. And the Karen is sitting at the table with a party of people.
Okay.
All right. This manager, who does not want to be named, and I can totally understand why, passes by as Karen is saying something fairly racist about brown-skinned people
Oh, my.
and their cleanliness and ability to be, quote, detail-oriented.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm having to bite my tongue
Yep.
just because
Yep.
as
Just, yep.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Later in the night, I am told that she has a problem with her food.
Oh.
She had the following quote-unquote issues with her food. Meat was undercooked and cold. Her drink was, quote, improperly constructed and was also not supposed to have ice in it. Parentheses, it was in the description. Her potatoes were, quote, even colder than ice and mashed in the wrong manner.
What in the fuck? Is this woman a food architect? Constructed, mashed in the wrong manner?
This woman is unfucking believable.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of one, she wanted her to like meat rare, which is why it was slightly cool.
No, because it was undercooked. She wanted it cooked more.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's something that would be, you know, like, oh, I ordered it medium, but I didn't really want it medium. I just thought the chef would like me if I ordered it medium.
No. This has nothing to do with that. This is not even close
I would
to
like
that.
to see the iced mashed potatoes.
Yeah, me too.
Because if they're colder than ice, that
colder
means
than
they're
ice.
fucking frozen.
You know what's colder than ice? Ice cold.
Yeah.
So, her server was a very sweet black woman who had done her level best in dealing with the situation.
Are you kidding me? She was saying racist things to this woman?
I don't
as
think
a
she said
server?
it to the server. I think that this manager
Heard it. in
heard it.
earshot.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Now, the kitchen who made her meal was comprised of about 85% non-white humans. Okay.
Wow.
All right. Which, you know, it's typical.
Her face knowing that was probably would have.
I don't know
gone.
that she did. I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, obviously. So I was asked to intervene, and I refused and turned her over to our other manager on duty, Jaime.
Oh.
Yep. He looked at me, and we both laughed, knowing exactly what would happen next. He approached the table and said, "Hello, I'm the manager. I heard there were some issues with your meal tonight." Karen began to say something about the quality of food and people we employ, but then looked up to meet Jaime's eyeline.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, she shut down and meekly said, but it's fine. Must just be a bad night. And stopped talking altogether.
So she just wanted the chance to pop off as a
And be...
racist?
Yes.
Like,
Jaime, in all his awesomeness, went back, handmade her a special free dessert, which he delivered and watched as she took a big bite of and went,
yeah. Hope you choke on it.
That is fucking A, amazing for Jaime, and B, what a terrible, terrible human being.
Such a terrible human being. That's not a Karen, though. You're just a racist. Just get yourself a robe and join a freaking clan because you a racist.
Karens can be racist. You saying Karens can't be racist?
I'm saying people shouldn't be racist.
They should not.
So just stop.
Stop with your racisms.
You know, it's not cool, as John Leguizamo said. It's
Not
just
so cool.
It's not so cool.
Yes, as John Leguizamo said in The Menu, racism's not so cool.
Exactly. For our next, we have from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hey, that's where Prince is from, and I like whoever it is that's listening up there.
I did not know that. This is a very peculiar story, but awesome nonetheless.
Karen, cook Karen, banana, finna, for fair, and...
Oh my. Now, I should say that this didn't happen to me personally,
Okay.
but it happened indirectly while I was present. I was at a call center and we were training, and part of the training involved listening to those calls that would be recorded for training purposes.
We always get those.
Normally, the recordings are selected pretty randomly, but this one was specifically selected because it happened to be a supervisor in our center. Karen called us in a fury. It seemed that she discovered that she gave her son her charge card for a particular department store
Okay. All right.
and instructed him to only purchase certain items.
Okay. Like, hey, here's my card.
Mm-hmm.
Go and get me bedding.
Or, like, go get groceries.
Or I need pants.
Yeah.
That's like a back to school shopping thing though. Like
Actually,
here you can take like my Sears and Roebuck card and like go get yourself 4 pairs of pants for school or
what
something.
I picture is that him going to a store and him saying, "This is my mom's name. She has things on hold. I need to purchase them." Any hoozles. It seemed that the son also purchased a $50 piece of jewelry for an unknown female.
Hell yeah, boy.
Oy.
Go get you some.
How does she know it wasn't for her? He could have been like, "Mom, I bought you a gift with your money."
Well, clearly he didn't.
Yeah. She wanted us to charge it back. It couldn't be done because she had given her son authority to utilize the card with signability. Like he could sign.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it
that's
was-
basically
Yeah.
it's like if husband and wife
Yeah, you can
share a
co-sign
credit
it,
card, right?
yeah.
Exactly. You can, and it doesn't. They can't be like, well, I didn't want my husband to buy that wrench set.
Yeah, exactly. When the agent tells her this, Karen flips her shit. The full Karen experience, screaming, shouting, accusing us of being crooked and unfair. The customer is always right,
Nope.
etc., etc. At this point, I should mention that the Karen was calling from this store
No shit.
in her local mall.
Oh, the call's coming from inside the house.
Yeah, it's from inside the store.
Oh my god.
After about 5 minutes, we can hear the following. A man's voice. "Ma'am, if you can't calm down, we're going to make you leave the store." Most incoherent Karen raging. Sounds like, "I will not calm down.
Oh my god.
They're cheating me." And
Oh my
so
God.
forth. So whoever this is, I would presume a sergeant, says, "Okay, ma'am, you're under arrest."
No. He fucking arrested her?
He arrested her.
Oh my god.
Shocked in disbelief, Karen pauses in her raging and says, "I'm what?" And he continues, "You're under arrest, ma'am, for muffled, intelligible." And then
Being a twat.
this final declaration is followed with the sound of the mobile phone clattering to the floor and or countertop where a salesperson retrieves it
Oh my
and
god.
says, sorry about that. I don't think you need to worry about her anymore. She just got arrested."
Oh my fuck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Damn.
That's like super instant karma, first of all.
Why would you be shouting profanities
God.
inside the store?
I
That's
would
probably what she got arrested for.
well, I would guess okay,
Causing a disturbance.
causing a disturbance. I would also guess that she like went to the store to be like, I can't believe my son bought
Yeah.
jewelry for some hussy. Take it back, and they were like, no. And so she was like, well, I'm going to call your customer service supervisor, manager,
They probably
something.
were like, produce the jewelry. And if she can't produce the jewelry, then.
Yeah.
And the son probably already gave it to,
She may not even have. She may have had like
the slip.
the
Receipt.
bill. No, the bill. Like
Oh.
they send you the bill in the mail, and I'm sure she could have been like, "Oh, what is this?"
Yeah,
blah blah
yeah.
blah.
Okay.
Because like again, and I don't mean to keep harping on Sears. It's just Sears. You're the only store that I can think of right now. Like there was that when you went into Sears, you could take your bills and go in, and like if you had a problem, they would usually work it out there in the little
I
customer service
Have
nook.
no knowledge
in
of these
there.
things. But okay, I trust you.
Holy ball sack!
That was crazy though. The call coming in from inside the store.
Wow.
And Imagine, these are all trainees, dude. Like, the start of this
They're
was...
all listening and
They're
just like,
all listening.
I bet half of them were just absolutely fucking horrified. Like, I don't know if I can continue doing this job. if
No
it's like
way.
a
They're
training
like
situation.
righteous. She got arrested. That's hilarious.
Now, if their supervisor was any good, I will say this: the supervisor should have fucking been like, "We're gonna go ahead and make some popcorn, okay? And I want you guys to sit, have a Coca-Cola, do something because we've got a doozy for you."
Yup.
And then just busted that out. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. And holy shit, wow.
Wowzers.
That's shocking.
I am shocked.
All right.
But seriously, I am.
That's great. This next Karen
Mm-hmm.
story comes to us from Clearmont, Florida, actually. We have an actual
Oh.
location on that.
Sweet Florida.
Yes.
Nice.
And the story is, it's short. Okay, this is not as awesome as your last one. I don't think anything will be. Coupon Karens is what it's called.
Okay.
Okay, that's the title of the email. I had a Karen came in at 5:50 p.m., which is 10 minutes before our happy hour is over. She had a glass of wine at the happy hour price.
Mm-hmm.
Took her time sipping, sitting around, enjoying herself.
Well, it'd be unclassy if she was glugging it.
It would, especially with 10 minutes to go in happy hour. Then she wanted to order another. But this time, she only wanted a half a glass of wine at half of the price. So,
Wait, what?
right. So on menus in the world, you have the option of wine by the bottle and wine by the glass. There is no
Yes.
option for wine by the half glass.
I would like whatever 3 tablespoons of wine costs.
It's very much Chris Rock and I'm going to get you, sucker. The whole fuck the cup, pour some in my hand for a dime at this point.
Right?
So she wants half a glass of wine at half of the price. To make this more impressive, it is now 6:43. She wants half a glass of wine at half of the happy hour price.
No, you
Yes.
don't get that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. She wanted half a glass of wine at half price, which is half of the happy hour, half off, half price, more than a half hour after happy hour had ended.
That's so many halves, my head is spinning.
That Karen, I do not understand how this Karen sat down in whatever seat she was sitting in with the fucking balls on her.
I want to know, did she have a calculator or was she just excellent at math or was she shit hammered drunk?
Or was she just fucking cheap?
I mean, dude, Karen, no. Just no.
And we've seen it, we've dealt with it, the folks that come in prior to the end of a happy hour and want to kind of be grandfathered in for the rest of the night. Like, oh, but I came in at 6:58 and
I totally had
it
a couple.
stopped at 7, so that
Yeah.
means since I got here, all of my drinks until I leave. Right, we've seen that,
Exactly.
and
I
that's
had
a
a
thing.
couple that was just the drinks. They didn't care about the food so much, like their apps even. They were just like it was actually the husband. The wife was like, his beer, like we thought we were going to continue because we got here in time. And it was like, no,
No.
honey, that doesn't carry over.
No, it's not. You do not get grandfathered into happy hour.
No, it's not a thing.
So she wanted to be grandfathered into happy hour and then wanted to like select your own adventure as far as to sizing and pricing on top of that.
Select your own adventure. I used to love those books.
And so did Karen because
Oh
she
my
wanted to make
God.
it happen,
Yeah, like the wombat. She wanted to choose her own adventure.
Exactly, but her name was not Dwayne.
And she did not kick ass. I got 2 dose. Those quick hitters for you.
Oh, everybody loves the little
These are
quick
gonna be
hitters.
like shots.
Little 2 1-hitters. Little.
Yeah, little Karen shots. These are Karens.
So if she's doing Karen shots, does she have to pay full price since there's 2 of them?
I
Are we doing a
will-
2-for-1 shots?
I will cunt punch this Karen. All right. Numero uno. I delivered appliances for an appliance store.
Appliance delivery person.
Yes. We had a woman call and complain that her fridge was not pre-cooled upon delivery and that she had to wait for the temperature to come down. No one in the office was prepared for that one.
My refrigerator didn't come pre-cooled.
Pre-cooled.
That's marvelous.
Like, what do you do? You use the fucking stick ice in it?
That's
Like,
marvelous.
how do you want it pre-cooled?
I love that.
You
I love that.
You want to talk about balls? That's some balls.
I fucking love that. I want all of that.
The
yes.
entitlement
yes,
on
yes,
that is
100%. You go, Karen.
All right, dos. Numero trois. All right.
Numero trois. That's 3.
Oh, did I say
You
numero
said,
trois?
you said dos numero trois. I'm just throwing that out there.
Totally just not. I'm going to dial back on my shifty. So, numero dos. Told me I couldn't work on my car at my own garage around noon because she said she didn't want her kids looking at my fast-looking car and get influenced into being a hooligan like me.
Fucking hooliganism. Wow, you car working hooligan.
Don't you work on your car?
You fucking
You look like a
hooligan.
fucking hooligan working on your fast car with your fast fanciness.
I didn't want to say anything, but holy shit.
Just what kind of car?
Yeah, what kind of car makes you
Or did
hooliganize?
you or did you just have flames painted on the side and it made it look like it was going fast?
I mean, if the flames are really good,
It was
if
going
you're
fast.
standing still, it'll still make it
So
look like it's
fast.
going fast. That's
So fast.
That's an absolute thing. It's real. It's
It's a
happened. I've
fact.
seen it. I seen it. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Now this next one is coming from my own personal archives. Pixie.
Oh,
Yeah.
tales from the boomer.
Yes. So, a husband and a wife came to eat lunch one bright, early fall afternoon.
That sounds delightful.
It was. It was a beautiful fucking day. So, our kitchen manager happened to be on Expo
Mm-hmm.
and was feeling particularly spunky, so he decided to run some food and bring their foods out.
That's nice of him.
It was until
Until.
one of the dishes had some melted butter,
Oh,
right? Like dipping butter.
yeah, that's also sounds delightful.
It does. However,
Mm-hmm.
by accident, he spilled the butter onto this woman's leg,
Ooh. Okay.
shorts,
Okay.
and handbag / purse.
Okay. But
Right.
let me get this. Just let me.
Mhm. Yep.
It was an accident.
Oh, totally not.
He didn't like
No.
huck the butter at
No,
her.
no, no,
like,
no, no, no. Just
you
like
fucking bitch.
slidey slide off of the tray, off of the plate.
Okay.
Boom. Accidents happen. That's why they call them accidents. Okay.
So you get her a little salsa and hopefully clean her up.
So, well, first he apologizes, brings her some stuff to damper down everything, right?
Absolutely.
And at first, she and her husband are like, "Oh, it's no big deal. It's okay. It's an accident. Things happen."
Yeah, of course.
Right. But then,
But then.
as time goes by, 5 minutes go into it, and apparently they're like starting to look around. 10 minutes go by, and they're looking for me.
Oh.
I come over, and she's like, "I think I've been burned.
Oh. Okay.
I think I need some attention because I've been burned, and there's butter also on my very expensive purse. So,
Okay. Well, at first I would see to the burns.
which is exactly what I did because I am a good, responsible type person. Slapped on the gloves, slapped on a little bit of, gave her some of the
Ointment.
burn cream, right? Part of it was on her leg. I didn't want to touch her leg. So I'm like, here, I'm going to leave this with you. But like, if I can,
Can I ask what was like the level of burn? Was it like pink or was it like really noticeable?
So let's say you have, I don't know, like you're doing dishes
Yeah, man.
and you've got the hot water on the dishes
Yeah.
and it splashes some on your hand
Mm-hmm.
and you're
I've
like,
splashed myself with boiling water tons of times.
right. And you're like, ow. And then like a little red spot comes up and you're like, ooh, that stinks.
Yeah.
And then it goes away.
That.
Pretty much.
Okay.
now,
all right.
now, slightly more because we are talking butter, so it's oily and it doesn't
Yeah,
right
it's
the
fair.
same as water does. But still,
Fair, but we're not talking
in
about the
this,
skin bubbled
there's
with
no
pus
bubble. No,
or
there's no
like...
bubbling. There's like it turned a little red.
Okay. All right.
So I'm like, okay, well, cool. Like we didn't scald the woman. Like
Thank God.
it gonna be fine, right?
Yeah.
Then I get brought back another time,
Okay.
like maybe 15, 20 minutes later, and they're like, well, the bag is now the issue.
Wait
The bag.
a minute. So the skin's no longer the issue. It's
Whatever.
the bag.
It's the bag now.
Is the bag burned worse than the skin?
No. The bag has some butter stains on it, looks like.
Okay.
Now, I am not a leather matrix, leather bound executive cleaner, whatever.
You're not experienced in the ways of leather?
I'm not, but I'm pretty sure that butter doesn't cause irreparable damage
I
to
think
leather that you can
get...
condition it out.
Yeah, there's leather conditioner, there's
Yeah.
leather cleaner,
Right.
there's...
And I would also assume that on the more expensive leather bags as well, it would be easier to leather cleaner out because it's better leather,
Well, that's true too.
right? Like if it's the shitty, knockoff on the street of New York City type of leather bag, then the whole thing would just
We're not-
engulf in
yeah,
flames
yeah.
and whatever. So now the bag is ruined. You've ruined this $500 leather bag.
You know what you should have did? I'm
Shoulda
just
did.
telling you off Google right here. If you had just thrown some baby powder on it and she let it sit overnight, it would have absorbed the grease.
Well,
But irreparable damage.
irreparable
nonetheless.
damage to a $500 bag. So I asked, what brand the bag was.
Was it Gucci?
No, it was a brand.
Was it Louis Vuitton?
It wasn't a Louboutin or a Louis Vuitton. It was a hobo bag, which I had never heard of, but apparently is.
Stop robbing homeless people, lady.
Well,
I know they have good leather, but stop.
they do. It's usually their skin that's leathery, though. The homeless out in the sun without the protection, you should get them sunscreen.
I did have a better tan when I was homeless.
Well, there you go. So it's now ruined, and there's nothing that can be done. And I did ask. I'm like, I said I'm not a leather expert, but isn't there conditioner that, And they were like, no, that's you can't do that.
I guarantee this woman had a smartphone. She could Google what I just Googled.
I will just put it this way: this woman, who was maybe 10 years older than I am,
Mm-hmm.
had tits that were 9 going on 10, maybe.
Okay, they were small children.
Lips that were definitely not on the original model.
Okay.
And I think the eyelids were an upgrade
Mm-hmm.
as well.
And a little jack up, a little lift.
So her $500 hobo bag, we're talking like a quarter of a tit is probably what she spent.
Mm.
All right.
Okay.
But this has now completely ruined everything for them. And so then they start in on the what we want
Oh, they had a list of demands.
list of demands.
As if this were a hostage type situation.
The husband, a male Karen, says he
Mm.
wants not only the meal for free, but he wants the value of the bag in a gift certificate.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Just take the gun out, point it right to my head,
but
and we'll just full on hostage
did
this
you
business.
look at him? And this is where I wish I was there. This is one of those rare moments I wish I was there, because I would have looked at the man and said, that bag depreciates in value once it leaves the store, just like a car when it leaves the lot. So show me the Kelly Blue Book value of said handbag.
So I didn't do that.
You should have.
I walked away somewhat perplexed and tried to figure out how to manage my way around the situation. I did look up the value of the bag. Now, they had said it was like $500. It was like $350 tops, first of all.
Oh, so they're going over.
Okay, right. They were hanging out at Exaggeration Station.
And with it leaving the store, that
All
makes
of
it
it.
like $150, maybe $50. Who the fuck knows?
So
I wish I had such problems.
now this is, of course, is if it was exactly that bag, which I'm not going to
You're not a bag
challenge them
connoisseur.
on, right, but I'm also not going to challenge on them and call bullshit or anything. I'm going to take them at face value on it,
Yeah, okay.
even though her face was younger than the rest of her.
Yeah. And her tits.
And definitely her tits. So I was like, okay, well, listen, I'm not going to give you a $300 gift
Certificate?
I'm just not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Happy to take care of your meal for you, obviously. And then he and I began dickering about the
Are you-
value
Wow.
of the gift card that he wanted.
You're so much nicer than I am. This is where I say, female managers, we are ruthless. We're a bitch. And we know we're a bitch. You know why? Because we get it done.
Here's the thing. If it was a female manager, I feel as though the whole bag thing
Shut it down.
They would have known way better about
Yeah.
the quality of the bag, what
Even
can be
I.
done to the bag,
Even
if there's a leather way to fix the bag, all of that. Me, they just happen to catch,
Even I, the least of the girly girls, would have shut it down.
So we go back and forth, and we settle on, I'll give you $100 gift card, and I'll buy your meals for you.
Wow. You got rooked good, homie. You got rooked.
It's the best that I could do in
Given
the
this situation.
Yeah. But that was a tag team Karening. That was a man and woman Karening together at me.
You know what?
Over an oopsie.
I hear that's what makes marriages last.
That's very true.
Tag team Karening. Those
Well,
two have clearly found
whatever
their
they do in their
soul's
bedroom,
counterpart in another.
whatever they do in their bedroom, if they want a tag team Karening, it's not my place.
So here's a when employees turn Karen.
No.
Which is never good.
Dun dun. The foot is on the other shoe now, bitch.
So all the this, I will leave out this person's name because they were like, name. All the name. They just really don't like this person. It was 8 p.m. with a party of 10 for a promotion that ends at 8:30. Okay?
Okay. So like a food type of promotion thing, I'm
yes,
guessing?
yes.
Okay. All right.
But like so this employee calls ahead and says that, 8 p.m. I'll be bringing a party of 10.
Okay.
We'll be there knowing that this promotion ends at 8:30.
And I'm guessing they're wanting
To get the hell out of the restaurant?
Well,
Yes.
no, to take part in the promotion.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Totes.
All right, okay.
I mean, that's the whole point of this.
Okay.
So
Like a 2-for-1 or
this
whatever,
employee
something like that,
is
right?
then late.
Of course.
They waltz in a half hour and 5 minutes. 35 minutes late.
Oh.
So that's 5 minutes after the promotion.
And 35 minutes after they were supposed to be there.
Yeah, 35 minutes after they were supposed to be there. But
Oh.
also 35 minutes after the promotion ended.
Oh, you sons of bitches.
You know what's worse? They were smiling. No fucks given.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Middle fingers in the air.
They wind up being, of course, the last table of the night. The only people in the freaking restaurant.
Oh.
And they stay for a full hour, keeping the staff cooking while the other people wait on their party. So the entire restaurant is watching them.
Wait. Was it a full hour or was it like an hour after
It was
Closing.
an hour after closing.
Okay. You didn't.
Oh, I didn't specify.
I'm like, so what if they ate for an hour? Fucking 10 people? That's great. Good for them.
No. The
Okay,
whole point of this was that they were like
Okay.
hitting that promotion, and that promotion is close to when the restaurant closes anyway. So all the insult to injury, no respect for
Wow.
anyone's time.
Wow.
But they're having the kitchen, who I'm sure is at this point, like when they're done cooking, just looking through, waiting to see if they have to cook anything
Staring
else.
daggers.
And then, of course, the serving staff also only dealing with the one table. So I'm guessing the rest of the serving staff probably sitting at a bar or standing around staring at the table, waiting to clean it. A busser with a bus tub, waiting to get things done, scoot you out. And they stayed. They just stayed eating.
You know what? My immediate thought is
You're a bitch.
that person is terrible. But also, if I'm that person, I am never ordering an employee meal ever again.
Yeah, you need to be dick slapped and or uterine punched
Because
for your behavior.
whatever the kitchen's going to do to your employee meals for the rest of your time there, just for
Oh, yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd get petty Betty on that.
Oh, dude, if it were me and I worked with a person, oh, fuck you.
Oh,
Fuck you. I am never cooking you a meal ever.
that's brutal.
Ever.
That's
and
brutal.
God help you if you want a mod.
Oh,
I
no.
will kick you in the twat.
No, that's a twiffer kiffer. Oof.
You want to wrap it up, Boomer?
I
Shall
do.
Shall we fade to you?
So we're going to wrap this episode up with a story that comes to us from Saratoga Springs, New York.
Oh,
Lovely upstate. I almost went to college in Saratoga Springs.
I have no idea of anything about it, but I know that it exists.
It does, and it's delightful up there. We have a family that is on vacation up there,
Okay.
and they go to a restaurant, and the restaurant is on a wait. The husband is super cool and patient when told that the restaurant's on a wait. Has his daughter with him. Says that his wife is going to go hang by the bar, and he was just going to chill until the table was ready and hang out with the daughter.
That's a nice dad.
That's a good dad.
But also, like, cool husband to let his wife go
Yeah.
enjoy herself.
And mommy, not to spoil the ending,
Mm-hmm.
mommy juice is involved.
Oh, my.
Finally, table comes open, and the host asks if a seat by the there's a patio with a pond.
Okay.
All right. So is a seat on the pond patio okay? He said he's more than happy to sit anywhere. Doesn't matter. He said, I'm just happy to be out on vacation.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Right? Love that. Then later, he comes up asking for a manager because he's going to take his daughter to the restroom,
Mm-hmm.
but in the men's room, it was dirty and it had no toilet paper.
Well, it was nice of him to tell the manager.
Right?
That's sad an employee couldn't do that, but, you know.
That's still.
Yeah.
So manager goes to remedy the situation. While in there, the manager says, I heard him talking to his daughter and helping her go to the potty. Said that he was super cool, like explaining things to her, doing the whole, well, the reason that we're waiting is so that this person can clean up for us and da-da-da.
Oh, okay. So,
Right.
like, nice,
Right.
just dadding.
Right. Manager leaves the bathroom and gets called out to an emergency at a table.
Okay.
A drunk woman
Mm-hmm.
is throwing bits of food into the pond and is being loud and belligerent,
Classy.
right?
Classy.
Manager goes over and asks, what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Manager says, I went to the table next to the woman thinking that they were the problem. Then I turned as I watched the woman throw a piece of her meal into the pond and pull the server over.
Oh, okay.
She then starts saying horrible things to the server very loud.
Like.
She tells her server that the server is ugly and she doesn't understand why ugly people even exist.
Oh my gosh.
Ugly people shouldn't have to serve good-looking people and shouldn't be around, period. Just shouldn't be around.
This woman better be a freaking 10. Again,
It does
what,
no.
what do we say?
There's
Like
nothing.
Chekhov's gun.
Nope.
I want to know.
Nope.
You got to write in.
Nope.
How good looking was she on a
There's-
scale of 1 to 10?
There is 0.
I mean, I got to hear
no
it. She,
human being on the planet that's
she
good
better
enough.
be an LA 10.
There is no human being on this planet that's good looking enough to say ugly people shouldn't exist.
Yeah, I feel like even ScarJo wouldn't say that.
No, she wouldn't.
No, she's too nice.
So,
That's horrible.
the woman then continues to throw things
Mm-hmm.
and to talk this horrible, horrible stuff.
Yeah, just spewing bile there.
The manager starts to try to alleviate, kind of diffuse the situation.
Good luck.
The busser even swoops in while the manager is talking to the woman and starts clearing the table off.
Oh my God, like you need to leave.
Like that's a fucking pro move right there.
Yeah, that's a good
Like
busser.
that is a pro of pro moves.
Hell yeah.
So the manager is dealing with the woman. He then starts to leave the table,
Mm-hmm.
and around the corner walks the super cool husband.
Okay. Don't tell me she threw shells at him.
Well, it was her husband, first of all.
Oh, dear God.
The super cool, it doesn't matter, just going to take care of my daughter, have
I'll
to show her
sit
how to poopy,
anywhere.
I'll sit anywhere, blah, blah, blah.
Ah.
That is the husband of this Karen monstrosity.
You married that dude? You can do so much better. Blink twice if you need help.
The husband looks at the manager with, quote, terror in his eyes and says, "What happened? What did she do? Did she puke?"
That means this is not her first rodeo.
Not the first rodeo.
Oh.
Manager says, she's a little hammered. Maybe it's just time to take her home. Husband does the whole embarrassed, let me get the check here.
Oh my gosh, he pays and leaves like a nice,
Pays.
responsible man.
I'm hoping he left a good tip. It gets better though. So that's
Yeah,
that's
I
not it. That's
love
not
that.
the end of the
There's
story.
more.
That's
And
not the
then
end of the
there's
story.
more.
And then there's more. Later, the manager says, "I see him take his wife,
Mm-hmm.
put her into the passenger side of the car.
Mm-hmm.
She lays across the entire front and locks him out.
Great.
He stands outside for what felt like 10 minutes, trying to get her to unlock the door because the keys were not.
Where's the daughter? I wonder.
don't even know.
Oh
I
my
don't
God,
know.
is she in the
I
car?
don't know.
Is she out of the
I don't
car?
know. I don't have that information.
That's
I wish I was privy.
terrible.
The husband finally finagles it so the wife unlocks the door so he can bring her home. They leave.
Mm-hmm.
The story does not end.
Oh my God. Make it end.
Here's the last lines of this email. I am told that hours later, she returned alone, on foot,
What?
drunk, wanting to sit at the bar, and is denied service.
Lady, do not oh my God. Ah,
Wow.
whoa.
And that woman, we've talked in the past on this program about like the manager for a day and the sash and the everything.
Manager of the night.
Right, manager of the night.
Manager of the night.
This is a situation where I feel like this woman needs to be crowned like Miss Karen.
She won the Miss Karen pageant.
Yeah, I do think of all of the Karen stories that we've done today.
She gets
that
the
woman,
cloak and the
she
tiara.
Gets, yeah.
You fucking twat.
My and a pimp cup full of the mommy juice.
Glitter, just vagina confetti.
Ew. I don't want her glitter vagina anywhere. My God.
Oh my God. That's just awful. And this poor man.
This poor guy who
man.
sounded like he was nothing but a sweetheart.
Yeah, I can't.
Possibly a battered husband.
You know what? I would suspect that with her locking him out of the car.
Right?
Like but what scares me more is that he had a daughter. And either way, you're looking at either if she's out of the car, she's looking at mommy in the car being a dipshit. Or she's in the car being like, Mommy, please let Daddy in.
Let me do the piggyback on this, on the Pixie Positive episode. Let me be Boomer Positive.
Uh-huh.
Because the dad was spending so much time with the daughter.
Don't be like your mother.
No. He was being the good role model. She saw the mom doing all that, and it has hopefully, in the best possible way, scarred this poor girl for life that she will never then be like her mother.
I don't know. I feel like she's going to feel like it's her right to do that, and she's going to
No.
marry a man like her dad.
No, she's going to be better than that.
And the cycle will continue.
We are going to end this on a goddamn Pixie Positive.
Okay. Well, then she ends up being the real Miss America, the queen of all good generosity, and takes after her father.
That woman became Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Aw. Rest in peace, RBG. Rest in peace.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is yet another episode of Service Entrance People, episode 17, as a matter of fact.
Episode 17.
Thank you so much for tuning in, as always. And please, we want you to be a part of this little delightful program that we have going here. Send us your stories like all of these awesome people did today. You can go to serviceentrancepeople@gmail.com or Pixie.
You can reach us on Facebook at Service Entrance People Podcast, or you can DM us at the little @ symbol there, Service Entrance People Pod for Instagram.
Pixie, who's all up in your DM?
Hopefully people who love this podcast. And you can give a little voicemail message and make Boomer's day or night. No one will answer, I promise you. It's just a place for your voicemails. That's 854-345-7721.
Share your stories. Tell us all of the crazy, fun, cool, weird, odd things that happen in your own version of the industry. And we will happily share it with all of our wonderful listeners out there. And the most wonderful listeners are the ones who head on out to patreon.com/serviceentrancepeople. You can be a producer at any level. The Karen, the Florida Man, or the Von Uppity. If you're a Von Uppity, that makes you an executive producer like Misters Chris Moore and Chuck Cumberland. Thank you very much to this week's
Thank you.
executive producers here at Service Entrance People. Please also make sure that you are rating, reviewing, leaving 5 stars, and saying words, all of that good stuff. We will talk to you again next week. New episodes of Service Entrance People every Wednesday, midnight East Coast time will be up and live. My name is Boomer.
And I'm Pixie. Adios.